Well, hey everybody, it's me, Anime, your favorite 50% femboy, 50% genius indie VTuber, also known as CSUN and welcome back to more of, well, the couch for now. Um, why is there more echo in my room? Hold on. There's more echo in my room than usual. Okay, is that better? That's better. Okay. So, last time we finished the Reflection of Valor story, some of the events. Today, we're going to be looking at the next update, which is back from Bygone. Right now we're on the JP channel because I just found out. I found out, but I just remembered. Hey, there's probably a JP channel that I should probably look at because that's where the voice acting is probably at. Anyway, yeah. As always, grab a snack, grab a drink, daily water because that's what's best for you. Check your posture and hope you enjoy the stream. We're going to look at all the videos that we haven't watched yet. We've watched up to this one. I don't think we need to watch this one. We haven't watched this yet, but we've seen her in game, I believe, and then starting from here should be the upcoming updates content. At least that's what I believe. And then once we finish these, we're gonna go back in game, do the interactions, and maybe show Garden Mayhem a bit because they added more stuff into it. So yeah. So let's get started. We need to up the video resolution for a bit. We can pause, thank you. So this is Mashiru's Covenant skin. It's either the Covenant skin or like the what's the word? Like nun skin? I don't know if nun is the right word, but something like that. She's leaving a share for us, and then she's mixing the coffee, and she's doing something with the cucumber. I think I'm gonna get demonetized already. I don't know if JP has more censoring than the English global version. Oh my god, it's the creepy socks. She's saying that it's her first time to be gentle. One more time. What are you doing? Why are we spanking her? Or at least that's what I think is happening. She asked if she has been a good girl. I didn't get the last one, and I don't think I should. Okay, let's see how people like it. Okay, neat. Okay, now it's actual new content. I believe the title is a play on Love is War. I'm not quite sure.
制約大作戦。もっと分析員服装のチェックをお願い。まずは美少女専用のブローチ、それからイケイケなメガネ、そして限定ベルト。買えるの？よろしくお願いします。
Can't tell who this is. Be frank. How are they not censoring this? They censored everything else, but not this.
ほら、つけてください。準備できましたよ。では、分析員さんはどうお考えですか？分析員出発。
Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't know if it's just marketing or if it's an upcoming game mode, event game mode. I do not know. Okay, let's see what's next. I think this is a similar thing. Given a title and also 8-bit graphic style. I can't read that. Something about dreaming. About time to head out. Oh, wait, she's still dreaming. Something about enemies, I can't read it. Ganbatte. I think there's like a part where you do the cosmetics or maybe equipment, and then there's this part where it's the platformer. It's kind of like Sonic but multiplayer, I think. Unless the P2 is an AI. Okay, she's got abs and biceps now.
Mission completed.
Another 8-bit art style. Wait, that's Kirby. Okay. Now I get it. It's Kirby. It's Kirby and Sonic. And I think this is another... Yeah, this is Mario. Are you okay? And she fell. And she respawned. She got a magnifying glass and that made her bigger. Okay. Are you okay? I don't know. I'm okay. I can't tell what that means. I guess the adjutant can also be moving around. Guess that's the ending. 21st. So that's almost a week ago from now. Okay. And now this is the good content. Okay, no more shit posting.
分析員さん、私がこねた記事いかがです？この辺なんか寂しくないですか？もう少し飾り付けをしましょうか。
I think you all get what that means.
オーブンに入れますね。分析員、手伝ってくれる？最初はこうやってやるんだね。次は分析員に任せちゃってもいい？今度は大きな肉まんを作るの。さすが分析員。蒸す前にもう少し発酵させようか。
Let it set for a while. Okay, what is that? What is that sound? It's like it's too high pitched for, you know, something else. Okay. Getting faster.
の記事もうできた？分析インパワー注入。
Yes, it's like a saving transformation. Hey, I could probably put this up on my channel. Because the emotic Calapi one was pretty popular, so I might clip that or something. We'll see. Okay, hopefully the next one. Yeah, this one is the meaty part, not that kind of meaty. I gotta hate myself. Okay.
幕は上がった。ゲーム開始だ。
How was that? I can't tell.
幕は上がった。ゲーム開始だ。緊急事態です。急いで船で出発しましょう。およそ5分後、ローズラン沿岸に高さ16から20メートルの津波が到達する見込みです。私とここでゲームで一戦交えてみない？分析員さん、ここにもあなたの印をつけてくださらない？私が先です。あら、洪水前に前座戦があるみたいですね。まだ完全体じゃないけど。貴様らを葬るには十分だ。だいぶ裏切りませんよ。
Jesus Christ. But they both have similar abilities, at least they're all. Well, it seems to be they're all. 分析員、都市の方角だ。津波がそこまで来てる。Didn't they say the waves were like 20 meters high? 目をそらすな。アカシア。Yeah, it is Acacia. 分析員、絶対に未来で私を待っててね。指切りだよ。I think you promised about some sort of future. すぐ行くよ。走ってね。だって私はあなたのいる未来にしか行きたくないから。あなたがいるから私は強くなれるんだ。私は自分の心と向きあなたのために戦う。フェーズエナジー三日月。今の私は火力全開です。I can't tell which is their skill, which is their ult, unless they're adding like a new mechanic. 焦る現実、砕け散れ精神。この世界を構築する。I also like Acacia has a grown-up form. You know, it's different from the 8-bit game. The 8-bit game has like a buff Acacia. This is just a grown-up Acacia. やはり部長は優しいんですね。来た、洪水だ。まずはここから離れましょう。Yeah, no, we can do about that. わあ、かっこよすぎます。未来のアカシアへ。私と永遠を誓ってくれる？私の伴侶になって時の果てまで共に歩んでくれる？あなた。Okay. 分析員さん、私にも来年もこんな夜が過ごせられますように。分析員、これってヘイムダルの複数人プレイイベントなの？ Okay, I thought Mashiru was the one who's getting married to us in the last update, unless that's already happened in that update. Maybe that was the nun-looking outfit. That's probably it. I'm not sure, but now we are getting married to at least Acacia. I'm not sure about is it Yao? I don't know who the other girl is. Jesus Christ. 旦那様、あの晩のことを覚えてます？
私への罰ゲームのことしてくれるんですよね。
He's asking if you remember that night about some sort of punishment game.
ミルク全部飲んじゃったよ。ねえ、あなた旦那様撫でてくださいますか？私も欲しいな。この前のひょうたん遊びまだ遊び足りないよ。もう一回遊ぼう。新しく覚えた搾臭マッサージどう？はあ、ひょうたんが乾いちゃってるよ。ちょっと濡らしてくれない？これでようやく分析員と一緒に遊べるね。
The fuck? It's like I'm watching Donut Daddy.
私たちの秘密忘れたとかなしだからね。私ですね。やった。これね、私とフリティアで考えた作戦なら絶対に私をキャッチしてね。ズルはなしですよ。あなたサイズアップした私はね、もっといろいろできちゃうんだよ。フリティア先生にも送っちゃいますね。分析員。私なんだから。
I gotta mention this, but they use the word anata, which is like a formal way to address someone you don't know. It's used in anime a lot because it's used for self-insert, but it's not what they would say in real life. Dana-sama would work because it refers to a male that is older than you, which is, usually the guy, which is usually the husband because guys are usually older. That works, but it's weird. Yeah, whatever. Operatives?
来たのね、あなた。もう少し待っててくれるでしょ。引き締まってきてる。これからもパーソナルトレーニングをお願いね。あなた。じゃあ、とりあえずあなたとデュオで1回ね。私が求める痛みは旦那様が与えるものだけ。与えるものだけ。武器も私もすべて旦那様の思いのままです。
It looks like a rifle. The outfits. To our promised future. That's Scarlet Acacia, yep. Echo of Destiny.
私と交わした契約に期限はない。それは永遠のみ。あなた、携帯を変えたせいか服がちょっときつくなったみたい。あなた、ここきつくない？ついでにここもちょっと見て。
I'll have to look at the tier list about the time when she comes out to see if I should vote for her. Because the last time it was Mia and I didn't vote for her. Mia was okay.
我の召喚に応じたまえ。いでよ、地上最強の男。私の世界へようこそ。あなた。
My world.
ほら、すごいでしょ。
Isn't it amazing?
結構直したんだけど、やっぱりバグが多い。ちょっとそのボタンは。
There's still a lot of bugs and don't press that button.
ここから出して。
Let me out. So this is a new interaction scene, which seems to be the norm for newer 5-star characters. I do like this though, as long as they don't make it too sus.
あなた、ちょっと手伝って。
She's going out of control for the
今のは
room
予
thing.
想外だよ。
Pole arm.
静かになったみたい。何？わかったよ。 あなたったら
But there's some buttons on the side, so I think this is like the pause and pause button. Take a photo, disable the HUD. Don't know what that is. It probably shows like some like a one-time interaction. Like one time, maybe you can like review it, but it's like a new activity. You can give her a rose. I don't know what this what these are. Initiate conversations. It's okay. It's to give her a ring, but you probably have done the covenant ceremony with her if she's with this scene. I don't know, but there's this one. I don't know how it actually works. That button on the left. This one could also be changing the scenes, but this one could also be to change the scene. I'm not quite sure. Also, it's still in development. What? What did that say on the top? Our love lands at last.
She
has fun. She really enjoys being with us. Think about leaving a mark. I think
大事
she's
な
asking
制
if you're
約
ready
の
for a
儀
long
式
time.
ですからいつもより多めに時間をかけちゃいました喜んでもらうためならいくらでも時間をかけちゃいますよ
Sim UI, yep, okay, that button changes the scene. The game has this kind of feature. I don't think I've ever played one that has something like this. That's to do something with the flower. Like rather to hold it, rather. And these are the new Year outfits that we saw. Silken Embrace.
おしどりが波に揺れて柳が風にそよぐ分析員がそばにいてくれるからずっと一緒にいられる幸
I
せ
believe that dance is either traditionally held using paper fans or those like silk strand on a stick things. I've seen it in the Olympics, but I don't know what it's called. It is for Freaking Serious. I was wondering if that was serious because it looked like her, but it had a different hair. But yeah, it is her. I believe it's Mia as well that's also in this bundle. Not bundle, but like a series. Yeah, it's Mia. And I don't have Mia, so I can't get the skin. Or at least I can get the skin, but I wouldn't be able to do anything with it yet. I mean, Mia might be getting a rerun. I'm not sure.
顔うずめて嗅いでみるワフー
New shotgun skin.
今の戦いどうだった
Okay, the altar on her skin is less visually obstructing.
背中を託せるのはお前だけだ雰囲気とよく似合ってるかなるほど
Weird that they're giving
次
her
は
a
よ
summer
り大
outfit
きな
now.
勝利を差し上げよう
If
ちゃ
I
ん
not
と
give it
休んで
like a
くれ
few updates
あと
later,
は私がやるから
is Because it doesn't fit the okay, this is a skin rerun, I think. Because I think I have this skin of her, at least like a older version of the skin. Because that one feels more revealing. Logistic squad, so that's for the two new operatives, quote unquote. Secret tree squad. With Margaret. Thatcher. Alvina. Which is the female name of Alvin, I believe. I can't read her name. Medical division. I believe logistics division. The base content. Sort of arcade center. Look how she's doing the coin thing with like Jack Sparrow. Okay, let's see what games there are. Because I don't know if what Acacia is doing here with the coin is a game. I assume it isn't. And we might have either a dancing minigame, kind of like a Dance Dance Revolution or something. We have a skiing one. And we have like a shooting arcade. I don't know what it's called. I played like one of them. It was like I forgot what it's like what the game is called, but I know you have to put the gun down to reload, and you can sometimes have a shield. So this area is gonna add a new mini game, or maybe multiple mini games. Those mini games would possibly be interactions of the girls. There's gonna be like 4 girls here. I believe the beach area had like 5 or 6. Yeah, but the beach had 5. And then the bar area had 5 as well, I think. And then the hot spring area is like 5 as well. So yeah, 4 or 5 checks out. But yeah, so there is a dance game. Compared to like other dance mini games, this only has like 5 buttons, maybe like forward, backwards, left, right, maybe the middle. I'm not sure. Maybe like a jump as well. Not quite sure. There's other stuff, but I don't know like what's a game, what's interactable and stuff. These weekends, there's definitely vending machines here. I don't know what this is. And then this area is probably just to play video games. Arcades. Okay, so this is the area where we interact to start the mini game. Arcade, yeah, there's claw machines. Have I ever seen a claw machine that's on the right side? It's like, from what I remember, it's always on the left. Whatever. So that's the shooting one. That's a slot machine. There's 2 floors as well. Okay, that's a skiing one. Okay, that's I was thinking like is this an OSHA violation? No, it's a stair. Anything else? There's a couch to watching people ski. I guess you can probably sit on the couch and then watch Mia ski and see her yacht or something. Hologram pan. This is like a okay. That's one of those like 40 mini cinema things. Okay, I would not be able to deal with that frame rate. And also, how is she only aiming at the center? And also, Jesus Christ. What game was this? Was it called Coin Mania? I forgot, but it's like really popular back in like 2008, 2010, 2013, around that range. These kinds of games are really popular. There's like a lot of them. Oh my god, she can she can kick it to like, you know, make the coins go. Okay, I like that. I meant the game mechanic, not their animations and shit. New events. Total. Is that like Pokemon? Oh no, it's one of these ones. It's like did League have one of these? No, it's not League. It's Arena of Valor that had one of these. Yeah, I think Genshin had. Yeah, Genshin had like two of these. And this is the zombie mode, which I don't like. I didn't like it because of the ping, but if it was PvE, I might like it better. I don't know what this is. It's probably like a survival mission in Warframe. Or a Hell Scrub, depending on which part of. Kind of like a, it's like one of those shitty MOBA game ads. And then we have the yearly love letters, I think, or just Valentine's, probably Valentine. Star Master expansion, I believe. It says adjustment on the bottom. New boss rush, like the boss thing. Something about Valor or Honor. Oh, it's your usual kill with enemies. Yeah, okay. I believe this is Hero game? Yeah, Hero is Yusha. Or AU would be more accurate, but Yusha can't really be translated into English. I believe we get her for free. Equipment box, free pulls, and free resources. Free outfit? Yeah, free outfit. I believe this is outfit rerun. Yeah, outfit trial rerun. I don't know what this is. Oh, you can set... Okay, once you pull a character, you get this splash art, which is this live 2D art. Now you can set it as the background, but I don't think you would want that because it's quite limited. Unless they add more stuff to it. You can get old outfits using their currency, using that currency. New boss, which we saw in the trailer, not the trailer, but the earlier point in the preview. It looks kind of like a Warframe. Like a Warframe and Atomic Heart, somewhere in between. New tile set. What is this, like I want to say Turkey. I don't know if it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. This area looks like a finality in Star Rail. So January 29th, that is roughly 2 days later. I believe the event ends tomorrow. So, the current event, which is a Reflection of Valor. So if you haven't done stuff, you know, go do that. Okay, that's the live stream. We don't need to watch that. I don't know if there's anything different here.
あなた、新しく開発したゲームやってみる?
He developed a new game.
あなた、これからコツをマンツーマンで叩き込んでやる.
What the hell is you doing? Her heels are clipping through the floor. Not heels, but the front of the shoes. Front of the heels.
レバーで操作して.
Okay, that's the joystick, if you know what I mean.
あなた、そこじゃないよ.
Okay, I think this is dubbed over, and that's why her mouth is moving when she's not speaking. So I can see the vertices of the buttons.
捕まっちゃった.
We caught her. have no idea what she said. she said something, but I was pulled completely out of JP. Something about special training. Sorry.
わかるよ。あともう少しだから。
Just a bit more.
もう一回やろう。
My time.
よし。
What is
レ
going
ベル
on?
アップ。
The subtitle says that she's full of energy.
最高は5つ星なの。
Apparently she leveled up to level 1 and now, you know, something about leveling up to 5 stars.
星がいっぱい。
Okay, I like the physics on those though. Is this Snowbreak? Or is that like brown dust or something? I don't know. When Junie saves your dying game. I think it's brown dust, I'm not sure. But it could also be Snowbreak.
旦那様。制約してから2人で迎える初めての夜ですから。いつもと違うゲームをしませんか？
Okay, so this is the game I don't know what the hell. What it was about. I guess it's kind of like the things where you whack the ball thing to like see how hard you can punch it. I think that's all it is.
深く結ばれたいです。結ばれ方はお楽しみ
She
に。
put a handcuff on us.
本番に入る前に
Or not.
これをつけさせてください。それでは旦那様、始めますよ。
Okay, how small is this blindfold if it's going over across our eyes like that? Because if you like when she held it up, it was like an inch and a half in this like width. But like now it's over our eyes. It's like what, a centimeter wide? How the fuck does that work? Like if you wanted it to be realistic, we should not be able to see like outside of here. And like if you did that, then you probably wouldn't need to censor her. Long time later. Yeah, no. No, thank you. I believe this is the last video we have. Yeah, it is 4 girls in this area.
この席にメダルゲームやりませんか？分析員のために特別なメダルを用意しておいたの。
What the fuck does she? Why does she have a coin in her shoe? Heel.
よいしょっと。これを入れるとたくさんメダルが出てくるんだよ。ここは私の出番だね。
She just popped out in the middle of that.
今落としてあげるから待ってて。
She is cutting her off.
うん、失敗した。あ、ひらめいた。ミッション達
Jesus
成。
Christ.
旦那様、お手伝いさせていただきます。
Just speaking of all these coin tosses, I still haven't played the new updated Power World. They added Ultra Kill to Power World, and they added coin tossing. I don't know how that works. I'm really interested to look into it when I play the game again. You can see that! Okay. Okay. Okay, can we get a good angle of the machine? How does she... Okay, if she get pushed off, how does she get fit into this space to, like, go to the bottom? Like, there. She would have just fallen over the table corner edge thing instead of going through that.
たくさんゲットしました。差し上げますね。
Unless this is like a simulated space that Keisha made. I wonder.
わふん、私の番だね。準備 OK。
It's start turning.
がっぽり稼いじゃうね。こっち見て。
Over here. Jesus Christ.
分析分析。私
I think
上
the
手っ
coins
し
are
ょ。
a bit too light if her
旦那
cows
様。
can use the coins like that. They're probably like plastic coins, but they make metal things.
今夜ご褒美
Maybe it's
を
aluminum?
くださいね。
If it's aluminum, it would still make clang sound, but it'll also be light enough. It could also be like another type of metal that's even lighter, but we don't know. Okay, that's that. Okay, let's hope I'm not demonetized. And that was like 40 minutes? Jesus Christ. Okay. Game capture. Okay. Let's look at the base first. Let's look at the interaction. I believe we have 1. Yep. Maybe 2. And now we have Finny here. He's just humming. Wow, something smells amazing. Cooked it myself, try it. Darling, you can cook? Oh my god, the tree is here. Let me have a taste. This is so good. Feel free to have more if you like. How come I ate it all? If you ever want more of it, just let me know. No. I ate so much today, I'll definitely gain weight. Just once a week for me, or maybe once every 4 days? No, that might be a bit too much. Actually, you don't have to eat it every time. No way! I mean, it's your cooking, darling. I wouldn't leave a single bite uneaten. Make that short. So I guess we can cook. And also, I keep forgetting. Are there new decorations? There probably are. Sanatorium Virtual Sandbox. Okay, I think we need to go to those areas first. I do want to know if there's anything on this cat, though. Doesn't seem like there's anything on this cat here. What about here? Nope. We can get these. We have... Okay, I keep forgetting to ask. Okay, does this refresh? Like, is it always gonna stay at 6? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know. Okay, so let's go to those areas first. The healing center and I believe the lobby. Okay, healing center is here. Center, which decoration is new? Oh, this one. Okay. Massage apparatus. Reclining massage machine that offers full body massage. It's essential to relax and recover after training. I've never seen a massage machine that looks like this, or like massage chair. Usually, it would like what's the word? Like go over your legs, around your legs and arms, instead of having this like massage gun. So it might be a bit too strong for it. Okay, so I believe that's all the decorations in this area. Now we should head to the lobby. This one's better. Until I went to the wrong one. I went to the wrong one! Okay. Sanatorium Virtual Sandbox. I think it's probably the event area. The sanatorium in real life has long since crumbled. Only here can be taken building as it once was. You can turn it off. Or turn it on. Alright, that's a different description, but I can't read it all. Yeah, so we have the road at the bottom. Sanatorium indoors in there, and the sanatorium outdoors at the top. Okay. Okay, let's head to Hot Spring area to see what... I really need to know what your name is. Like, I know it, but I don't remember it. It's Marianne, right? Sweet progress. Let me drink some water. We've barely gotten any rest in the past few weeks, thanks to the Heimdall operative's strong protestations. I guess the Heimdall operatives are protesting. Colette finally let us take a day off. She helped me finish my report. As a result, I had to buy her coffee for a week in exchange. Regardless, I can finally lay down and relax. I mean, that I was wasting time by doing nothing, but I really needed it. If I live to see retirement, maybe. Beeping with my terminal interrupted my precious fantasy. Winsaki, do you have a minute? Everyone has a day off today, you know that. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't bothering you. I admit, I was irked by the fact that my free time was interrupted, so I was a little harsh just now. Her hurt expression succeeded in drawing a slight guilt out of within me. So, what's going on? I wanted to thank you for changing my dressing, so I made you some desserts. If you don't mind, can you come to the bar in the hall? Trading a few hours of relaxation for a sugary snack wasn't exactly worth it to me, but everyone silently waited for my answer, watching me with cautious anticipation. It was as if I could hear her nervous heartbeats from my terminal. Alright, I'll be there in a minute. Okay, I'll be waiting for you. I wasn't expecting her to be so happy. There is something different about her. What was it? Mitsuki? Megan wasn't as happy as I expected her to be. She actually looked quite panicked. Nita and Yao came by just now, so I told them they could eat because you're embarrassed to tell them you made it for me? For me. Yeah, I'm sorry. I could practically picture the two outgoing girls spotting the gorgeous desserts as they were walking by. I was positive they devoured them right away after Mary gave them the go. I made my way here for nothing. Alright, then I'll head back. Mate! I'm remaking everything now. It'll be ready soon. She held on to me with her flower-covered hands as she spoke. Her sticky palms conveyed how much she really wanted me to stay. Mary was usually very careful about etiquette and wouldn't touch someone with dirty hands. Okay, then let me help you. Eh, honto? Sitting here waiting would be boring, right? So then, Marianne laughed, relieved. It had been a while since I'd seen her with such a relaxed smile. Maybe Maybe deliberately distancing myself had unintentionally hurt her. Her relationship was like two ships slowly moving toward one another, bouncing back after making contact, then drifting further and further away. I hadn't had any time to think about how to strengthen our relationship, so maybe today. Mitsuki, are you thinking about something? No, I just don't know what to do. Marion stared at me for a moment, thinking. She didn't ask a question that I had never once considered before. What kind of desserts can you make? I shook my head helplessly. Just put a lemon tart in the oven. Let's make a simple cake with fruit. It's not like my job would be to decorate the cake with fruit. You can beat the egg whites first, Mitsuki. Huh? Beat what? You need to separate the egg whites and beat them to make a basic sponge cake. Your arms are really strong, Adjutant. You'll definitely do a great job. Thanks for the compliment, but if memory serves, we should be able to use machine for that stuff. But desserts made by machines always taste worse. I can't thank you for less than perfect dessert, Adjutant. Even so, whatever I make myself would definitely be less than perfect, especially when compared to a machine. Here, Adjutant, take the whisk. Man wrapped her hands around my right arm. My right hand, fuck. Moving it around in a circle to show me which direction I should beat the eggs in and how much speed to use. Keep it at the same speed until the medium peaks form. What do you mean by medium? Well, it means when you lift the whisk, the whipped egg white hanging off it should have a short tip and slowly drip down. What was she talking about? Why don't I do it? Could you help me cut the fruit we'll need for later, Bunseki? Mary must have noticed I was completely lost and embarrassed. I reluctantly handed over the mixing bowl, turning to the fruit next to me instead. I mean, if you don't know how to, like, gauge if the batter was ready, you can always just mix it a bit, see if the consistency changes, and when it changes, just ask, like, hey, is this okay? And then she'll tell you either like you've overdone it, you got it right, or if you overdone it. So, you know, I wouldn't have done the same thing that Bunseki did. Cutting fruit was an easy job, so if I had a chance to talk to Marianne, I had no idea you could bake like this. I didn't know you made everything from scratch. Did you learn how to bake because you enjoy it? I enjoy it, but that's not the only reason. Cooking and baking are essential skills for any perfect individual. I'd like for you to try some of the other food I can cook too, Winseki. Is this something you wanted for yourself, or did your family force you into it? Why are you asking me that? Marian's hand suddenly froze as she quickly averted her gaze from my own. I can't tell the difference either. The atmosphere grew awkward again. Communicating with Marianne always left me feeling frustrated. Maybe she initiated things, maybe you think we were close, but she immediately shut me down anytime I asked her about something I really wanted to understand. This required some nuance. Marianne, hi. Eh? Nani sore? Taste a small piece of strawberry, I just cut it into her mouth. Is that the right size? Winseki, size isn't the most important thing for decorating strawberries. It's the shape. Yeah, guys, it's... The shape matters more than the size, guys, remember. We'll have to use those chunks you cut for the frosting inside the cake. Okay, I'll remember that next time. So did we cut them too big or too small? We probably cut them too small if she's saying that, because if they're too big, then we can just cut them smaller. If they're perfect, then, you know, she wouldn't have said anything. So I guess they were probably too small. Okay, what did we cut? We cut strawberries. Small piece of strawberries, so we probably diced it up rather than, Yeah, we probably diced it up because, for frosting inside the cake. She said frosting and not filling. So if it's frosting, then it's probably it's probably like rice grain size, maybe even smaller than that. Because if they were slightly bigger, how do I describe it? Like imagine like French fry size, like the McDonald's kind, not the, what is it called, crisp cut? If it were those size, then it would be used for filling rather than the frosting. Alright, then please cut some pretty strawberries. The atmosphere returned to normal. I didn't bring up Marian's family again. Instead, I complained about the workload I had to deal with thanks to the Heimdall problem children. And they weren't that small. Unless they were just like a... Unless they were like slices rather than... whatever. All done. Aaron placed the cake in front of me, looking at me expectantly. In all honesty, it probably would have looked better if all the strawberries on top were the same size. Hi, Winseki. What are you? I'm paying you back for a strawberry you fed me. I glanced around us, making sure no one else was there. How is it? I nodded as I chewed. Marianne didn't seem to trust my judgment, however, because she took a bite using the same fork. The cake is a little tough. I should have noticed when I was baking the egg whites, but I was busy talking to you. Was it my fault? No, that's not what I meant. Okay, just be careful next time. Next time? Yeah, next time, if you still want to make another one with me. Yeah, of course I do. Marianne revealed a vulnerable smile once again. After this, I understood her a little better. Neat. When was the last time I made a cake? Okay. The last time I made a cake was probably when I was like 14 years old. Roughly that age. Okay. Cake that I make. It's probably a strawberry cake like that one. Like a strawberry angel cake. Alright. Okay, let's look at the preview first before looking at Garden Mayo. Okay, I guess we have to look at the preview outside. Why does Sophie have that over it? Meet again, Winseki. What appeared before me was a video feed, blurred to the point of distortion. From the image alone, it was impossible to tell where Sophie, the one who had initiated the call, was currently located. 2 months ago, before the fields of Yaris were scorched by fire, before my final battle with Roseanne or Sisyphus had even begun, she had traded a secret for her freedom.
あなたにも一つ取引をお願いしたいです。交換条件として、エッタから教わった覚醒者の秘密をお教えします。
What are you asking in return?
私の身柄の自由と、そして秘密はここを離れてからお教えすることになります。
Fuck! Okay, we're good. I dropped back up. Now it's clear that Sophie had believed the moment had finally arrived. After a few crisp keystrokes, Frida and Masudu looked up at the same time, their gaze shifting from the screen to me. When I met their eyes, Frida's lips curled as she gave me a small gesture that said we were all set. So I believe, yeah, we were tracking them. They had already launched the tracking protocol. It was only a matter of time before we pinned down Sophie's location. Rather than trust the words of the so-called Flora Veda, I saw her as bait the enemy had cast, a loose thread from their web of schemes. And as long as that thread remained in my grasp, I could keep pulling and tracking, until every one of Veda's plans is unraveled. Why is she not voiced in here? Hope my call isn't too presumptuous. Say what you come to say. We're not close enough for small talk. The veil over Sophie's head hid most of her face, leaving her expression unreadable. Yet as my words faded, I could sense a faint smile taking shape. The gentle curve of her lips seemed to draw us closer, compelling like her song. You spared me before, so I'll honor our agreement and share a secret with you. That secret is, manifestations can evolve again. Evolve again? How? I'm afraid that's where our deal ends, Winsky-san. But what you're asking, I can tell you all of it. Not just how it works, but what new powers I've gained from it. All I ask is that you lend me some aid. What kind of help do you need? She paused. Behind her, the muffled sound of waves rolled in. Back in Yaris, I began to understand how you think. Humanity has its fate, its fight. We'll find the answer ourselves. I'll make sure of it. That the answer is what humanity is looking for. Not Edda's. Not any single person's. Not Roseanne's. Not mine. And now, I implore you to hear my thoughts. Her smile faded, and her voice grew solemn. Euphosis has already driven humanity down a path of pain and despair. With death looming above them, civilization on the brink of extinction, they won't find the answer, as you believe. Rather, they'll lose themselves. To offer them a false promise is to deny them the right to be saved. The right to be protected. Humanity is not as fragile as you think. Winsky-san. The will in positions like yours usually share one virtue, foresight. You can see far ahead into all the possibilities in the future. That gives you faith in humanity. The cost of that foresight is this. The people suffering in the present are overlooked and abandoned. Those last few words drifted out softly like a feather falling, only to be torn apart by the wind. Along my journey, I have heard too many voices begging for release. They need salvation. They need a new god. One who will answer them at this hour of end. Maybe evolve them with your help. I will take Edda's place as their new god and lead them into a new promised land. New god, promised land. How are you any different from Edda? Sounds to me like someone clawing her way above the master she betrayed. But nothing I like. Edda cares about the survival of human civilization. That was the directive you gave her from the start. What I care about is the happiness of the people. Simple meals, quiet lives. All the small, ordinary joys Euphosis has crushed. I'll give them back to humanity. At those words, Sophie strained to hold onto her usual calm, but the tremor in her body and her whitened knuckles betrayed her. Even the usual aura of compassion and divinity around her dimmed beneath the intensity of her conviction. You're gotta be joking. On the contrary, I will prove my choice was right. Please, witness it with your own eyes. Her words cut me off, and the image on the screen snapped from a blur into a sharp focus, as if a chess piece had suddenly come to life. Just as I tried to press further, the call ended abruptly. After a brief burst of static, only our heavy breathing lingered in the command room, until Frida finally broke the silence. Looks like Sophie ended the call. Fucking hell. Looks like Sophie ended the call herself. Doesn't matter. Maxida and I have already got her location. Package just crossed into Ulster. Looks like she's heading for a Luchelania. I assume that's how you pronounce it. Also lay northwest of home, a region made up of four sprawling metro areas. Lucellin was one of them. Catholic Technologies, a major partner of Yggdrasil, also had its headquarters there. It's a bit too easy, isn't it? Or is it just me? Yeah. Mashuda tapped a finger lightly against her lower lip, with traces of uncertainty in her eyes. Even her ears gave a small twitch. It's not just you. All this information came to us far too easily. She called us, giving away her location, and even hinted that her alliance with Edda wasn't as unstable as I once thought. If Lucellin was the stage she chose to prove her ideals, then all these deliberate signals added up to an invitation. Bait, draw me to her game. Huh? So you mean Sophie gave that intel away on purpose? Oof, and here I was, deploying my freshly upgraded system for it, but, you know, that's a bit of a waste, isn't it? It's hardly a waste, I'm sure it'll come in handy again. As I comforted Phrygia, I brushed my fingers gently against her cheek. Her pale skin, dark circles aside, took on a faint flush. You know, even brilliant researchers need a good rest, or 1.2 inches of height you worked so hard to gain last year might just shrink back. Shrink? No way! She grew 1.2 inches. That's like me in the past few years. Frida shook her head vigorously, though she was talking about her height. Her hands instinctively moved to shield her chest. Alright, I'll start going to bed on time tonight. Solving the tricky problem for the tracking system upgrade can wait. A tricky problem? You need my help? Not quite tricky enough to drag the Adjutant into it just yet. It's just that the tracking system keeps picking up an anonymous part lately, and then these weird messages show up. Weird messages? She nodded, that's serious. The puzzled frown began to form on her face. Mashiru, who had been quietly listening at my side, suddenly took 2 steps back and hid behind me. Her ears twitched, and a mischievous smile crept across her lips. Is it her doing? Do not answer. Not answering, yeah. Could Professor Frida have received messages from aliens? No, I think this is Mashiru. While Frida was in deep thought, Mashiru had completely hidden behind me. I reached back and fished her out. She stuck out her tongue, eyes full of innocence, but the mischief on her face shed clearly. Even a genius like Frida needs a challenge sometimes, yeah. The current room's door stood open with a soft hiss, and Caroline came hurrying in. Boss sent me to check on your progress. Come, let's talk in her office. Frida, Mashiru, could you tell Marianne to come to Tao's office and meet me there? Roger that, consider it done. Got it, yeah. Caroline led me into Tao's office, then quietly took her leave, closing the door behind her. Tao stood motionless by her desk, the tension in her posture made her look almost like a person figure. She'd probably been on edge like that since we received Sophie's unexpected call 15 minutes earlier. That's 15 minutes ago? I guess it probably took time to get to her office. So, what did Sophie say? She wants to become a new god. Hi, Alan. She wants to become a new god and create a promised land for humanity. I'm not sure what Edda plays in her plan, but Sophie seems to think I'm someone she can win over. On the contrary, I will prove my choice was right. And how does she intend to prove herself? No idea. Maybe I'll find out once I get to Lucellin. At mention of the name, Tao's expression shifted, growing complex and unreadable. She turned, retrieved a report from her desk, and handed it to me. Also, Alan, if you go back to, like... Hold on, yeah, you're on YouTube. I don't know if you can rewind on YouTube. Go back to, like, the first few minutes of the stream. It's sussy. If you enjoy that. In an age where paper documents had almost vanished, the stack of bound pages felt strangely out of place. As I flipped through them, the careful details and margins kept drawing my attention. Clean formatting, clear logic, and at the end, a signature written in black ink. The author, Circe. In my mind, an image began to form, meticulous, sharply perceptive, obsessively by the book. She had all the makings of a top-tier intel officer. According to the report, the despair broadcast sparked widespread panic in Ulster. Within just a few months, people had already begun organizing pilgrimages on their own. In response, Catholic Technologies has deployed personnel to reinforce the containment zone, ensuring no civilians can approach the tree in Ulster. As a cool and emotionless voice faded, my eyes reached the end of the report. His other groups show no signs of dispersal. On the contrary, their activities have been escalated, with coordinated efforts being made to spread what they call an oracle across Ulster. So the oracle is probably a selfie. In the challenge, this land favored by the new god, great waves shall cleanse all creeping sin. Only the faithful shall be gathered and carried to a promised land without pain. If taken literally, the oracle points to a major flood striking Lechellan in the near future. The report's appendix includes next month's forecast from Lechellan Meteorological Bureau. Water levels, rainfall, and temperature all appear normal. None meet their thresholds for triggering flood contingency protocols. I know Edda. She's not one for theatrics. Then it has to be stealthy. She was afraid I wouldn't bite, and so she raised the stakes. It seems the trip to Lechellan is inevitable. That fucking hell. It seems the trip to Lechellan is inevitable. And your team this time? Right on cue, the sweet scent of black tea drifted in. I turned and saw Marianne approaching from her doorway. I first heard light. The light hid behind those clear eyes, but as she drew closer, it slipped through, unfolding into a radiant smile on her lips. She had already guessed why I'd call her in. Tsiki and Director Tao, do we have a new mission? Yeah. Sylvia has appeared in Lechellan. We still don't know what she's planning, but it wouldn't be anything big. With the situation unclear and her already being a step ahead, I need a guy who knows the area. Marianne, there's no one better suited than you. I reached out to her. She quickly took my hand, her fingers cool to the touch. But can you match that? It would be my honor to support you. Although, her smile remained bright, her amethyst eyes shimmering. Yet beneath that warmth, a thin frost had already formed. That rat scurrying about, stirring trouble in the land, least afraid of bloodshed and violence. Has she any idea what happens in the house Andrade is crossed? Be patient, remember what I taught you? I do, keep my fangs hidden, so that when I strike, they'll find their mark. Her voice trembled slightly, clearly restraining her urge to inflict pain. Even the rich aroma of black tea around us seemed to thin, replaced by a faint metallic tang. With Freya on the team, I'm at ease. That said, I know, I have someone in mind for the second slot. Tao's office, and we head to R&D. The moment I reached the door, I walked right into a chaotic scene. 3 robots were maneuvering a massive hibernation pod in the lab. Researchers guided them through the cramped aisles, treating this relic from 30 years ago with meticulous care. Keisha wasn't raiding around. She was sitting on the floor, legs crossed, back against the wall, fingers flying across the terminal. I leaned in for a closer look. Full proposal for a new exosuit filled the screen. Card insert driver, ML Force field deployment mid-combat, Snowbreak Akuma summoning protocol, integrator early unit. I'm not done yet. I'll show you when it's ready. She snapped the terminal shut and hid it behind her back. A smug little grin, tugging on her lips. Don't you think that's a bit overkill? It has to be. R&D's gonna scrap half my features anyway. You know the usual. The feature is out of scope. Let's build a demo first. Same story back in game dev. Hard-earned wisdom, really. Is that big pod over there one of the features you fixed? Pointed toward the entrance just as the robots finished moving the pod and filed out an elite line. Nope, no clue what that thing's for. But one thing's certain, I'm getting a seriously powerful new gear set. I'm gonna be insanely OP after this. So how about taking me along on the next mission? Not the next one. A flash of disappointment crossed her eye. She brushed it off with a straw. It's okay, I understand. Gotta clear a few more side quests before I'm ready for the main. Because you're already on the team for the mission. Oh, the references. Please tell me what it's like to be a beautiful gamer girl. She froze, lips parting slightly as she stared at the floor, then finally lifted her gaze to me. Are you saying... Get ready. Crown will send a briefing to you and Marianne shortly. She tugged lightly at my sleeve, her expression unusually flustered in the quiet hallway. I could almost hear her heart racing. So... This mission's gonna keep us away from HQ for a while, right? I just bought a premium monthly pass. I'd be ashamed to break my login streak now. Who do you think I should leave my account with? Life for how to be reliable choices. Mira probably knows her way around games too. or if missing a day or two is logging or doesn't bother you, series is always an option. Yeah, I would give it to Mia probably, because Mia does know most about games. Was it Life and someone else? Life and Haru. Life and Haru, they're very meticulous with how to do things. So if they agree to it, then they will definitely do it. But the problem is getting them to agree to it, because they might see games as meaningless. Something else on your mind? Who the fuck is playing Fallout Shelter on Steam? Anyway, she still couldn't get it out, so I lowered myself to her level until the tips of her noses touched. We're so close, our breath skimmed each other's faces. Warm and ticklish. She couldn't look away, her earlobes flushed a vivid red. Mataku, the monthly pass and all that. That doesn't matter. What I really want to say is, I'm really happy to get to go on a mission with you again. She finally let the words out, then leaned into my arms, the warmth of her cheeks seeping through my shirt. Similar warmth lingered in the afternoon air as people strolled along the stone paths of the children. Cersei carried a bag of fresh vegetables from the harbor market in one hand and used the other to lift the brim of her hat, trying to cool her sweat-damp brow. She finally reached her doorstep, only to stop short. A woman stood on the steps, dressed in a long black gown, hair tangled from travel, looking every bit weary wanderer. Yet some might seem to favor her. The path was still in grey, stones a dusty brown, except for the patch beneath her feet, where a soft golden sheen clung to the ground, making her skin glow. It's Sophie. It's been a while, seriously. Mind if I come in for a cup of tea? So our researcher / informant is getting visited by the observation target. Interesting. Right. I think the only thing left is the puzzle, memory mosaic, and Academia. I believe this is the last. Yeah, it's probably the last bit of the puzzle. So this goes here. We're gonna finish up the top first. Yes, you can tell that the top always have the flat side, and from the sides, we know that it's these two because they have the flat sides. 3 pieces left. This is the hair. That has a wing, so it's this one, and the last piece. I've slept over my arms a lot back in school. It's not the most comfortable, but it's better than like laying flat on a hard surface like a table. I guess we have this memory. I don't remember if the last one we did had a memory for Haru, had a memory like this, but let's look at it. What's that? I thought it would be like a story, but no, it's just to like flip between her smiling and her being like shocked, surprised. Nothing else looks different. It's just her facial expression that looks different, and I guess you can hear all the things that she says when you what am I saying? The different things she will say when you fill out a certain progress of the puzzle. So I guess this is just to tell you that, hey, that's the thing. Alright. You get that badge for using that many bookmarks. Garden Mayhem. So Garden Mayhem, they added a few new plants alongside a bunch of other stuff. Let's start with plants first. So you have the base plants. You have the pepper, the corn, broccoli, and the carrot. They're all the same. Well, mostly, but we'll get into that in a bit. They added a few new plants. First of all, we have the bamboo agent. Bamboo agent is a sniper. They have a fanship range, and they can either have this variant that deals more damage, and also they have a unique mechanic of being able to target the enemies you target that you shoot. So if you like to attack and apply status effects with your operatives, you can do that. Or rather, this is beneficial for your playstyle. And then you have this Arctic Bamboo Agent, which deals cold damage and deals increased damage to cold enemies. It's technically better than the Corn. Technically. The reason why I say it's technically better is because for more damage. So if you have multiple, not like multiple, maybe like a singular strong target, you probably want that. If there's multiple, then you probably wouldn't want this guy because he takes a while to reload. Then you have the Lotus Root Beret. We call it Beret. What they do is that they only target area enemies. They have a short range, about 3 tiles or so. They have a circular range, and it says it can intercept certain projectiles. I haven't seen it do that. With an upgrade, it can also target ground enemies when there's no aerial enemies. But if there's aerial enemies, it'll take priority. They've also added a lot of. They've also added an upgrade for the coin, the purchasable upgrades that you can buy in a match, where they can also target area enemies. That's why I say it's not better than the Bamboo Agent, because the Bamboo Agent can also target aerial enemies. Another new plant is the Tomato. The Tomato, they deal AoE damage. They're pretty cheap. And it prioritizes backward enemies. If they're really close, like if they're like right in front of the guy, like if they're within the same tile, I don't think they will attack if it. I think they will attack if they're one tile away, but if it's in the same tile, they won't attack. It branches off into Steady Tomato Chef, which attacks the closest enemy rather than the furthest enemy. And it affects burning. We have this guy, the Grumpy Chef. It also attacks backward enemies. It's the same attack range as this guy, but it deals a lot more damage at the cost of a smaller AoE damage. This guy has the same AoE damage and inflicts burning, and attacks closer enemies. With an upgrade, this Tomato, and I believe this one as well. I think all of them get affected. I'm not quite sure. No, it's just this guy. Immediately deals burning. All of the burning damage on the hit. I believe there's... okay, so we'll go into these in a bit. So, but they can upgrade it. They can upgrade it further from that. We have the Babbage. Babbage are buffing plants. For the cost of 250, you can put it down, and once you put it down, you can choose one of these 3 paths for free. We have the Self Babbage, which makes nearby Babbage invisible. When they're invisible, they can't be targeted, but they also can't block enemies. They also inflict slow on nearby enemies, so, could be good, could be bad. I choose to not use it because I do like to get blocks. Singing Babbage, what it does, it increases nearby plant damage. Yeah, it is a 3x3 tile, not including itself, so it's technically 8 tiles. The Recon Babbage, it reveals invisible enemies and removes debuffs from your plants. I choose not to use this because it's very rare for you plants to get debuffs, and also it's very rare to have invisible enemies. Last plant is the Eggplant Mage. Eggplant Mage, once you put it down, they consume pepper to deal attacks. They have a regular attack, which deals some damage. I don't know. I don't recall if the normal attack is like a laser, or if it's a like a single bullet. But it does attack. It does have normal attacks. Once in a while, it would deal a mega laser, dealing puncture damage, and yeah. There's a Granite Plant Mage, which does not consume spicy energy when attacking. Then there's the Magic Plant Mage. It still consumes pepper, but that laser has a chance to instant kill rather than just do massive damage. So if you can reliably produce pepper, maybe you have 2 rows, maybe you can use these, especially this one. But I don't use them because they consume pepper, and that's a problem later on. Because if you don't produce pepper, then I think you can't attack. I don't recall if these are a thing, but I'll just introduce them anyway. So you have your old spicy blast. You can also change it to a frost blast. What it does is that you can freeze enemies for 50%. So that's 4.5 seconds in total at max level. The thermal blast, which deals fire damage, fire DOT damage rather than on-field damage. I don't pick this because I would rather just deal on-field damage. And then you have your usual corner break. Extreme Cultivation is a new system they added for each, not each plant, but like there's different paths you can take. For 5 of these mixed supplements, you can activate them. And what you do is that once you activate one of these sides, you can choose one of these sides for a buff. And then these can all activate at the same time. So we have this one. This one increases the Tomato Chef's damage by 20% and increases burning damage. I chose this one because, if you recall, there's a purchasable upgrade that deals all of your burning damage immediately. So I choose this because it buffs a lot of things. And this only applies... Okay, so you have the burn path and the freeze path. Freeze path increases damage dealt to frozen enemies by 40% and also increases plants that can deal cold damage by 20%. Again, I don't use cold in this new version of Garden Mayhem because of tomatoes, so I chose this path. Then we have Mortar Mastery. This, you can either buff... No, it's both for tomatoes. I don't know why I just chose the carrot. So it increases all tomato damage by 10%, and they can also attack airborne enemies. Or you can choose to have tomatoes only target ground enemies, but increases them damage by 40%. I should mention that tomatoes AoE can also hit air enemies, but they just won't target air enemies. So, you know, no harm in choosing this, but I choose this for guaranteed aerial damage. With this pathway, we can choose Broccoli to have more health and damage. More damage is fine, but not really for the health. And then for this one, increases Broccoli and Pumpkin health by 20%, and also they recur for health. I choose this for the Pumpkin side because I use pumpkins a lot for blocking. And then we have here, we have the Lotus Root side. So the Lotus Root, if it's invisible, it increases damage for 40%. This one requires the invisible babbage, the self-babbage, and if you have it, then, you know, the Lotus Berry's intercepting part goes to waste partially, and also they might just walk through a lot of your defenses, so I don't use this. This one, I would rather increase its range, so, you know, you can target enemy aerial units farther away, and ground units as well if you have that upgrade. Bamboo damage, if you have both Deadeye and Hurricane Corn, they both increase each other's damage. I chose this because this one just reduces corn energy cost by 30%. Not that useful. Again, both are... I would say this is more useful. Let's switch that. I think I probably chose this because there's a mission that has them both. But this one, if you use a combo of Hurricane Corn, which is just the damage corn, and then the yeah, so it's just if you only want to do just like flat out on-field damage, you just use this. Last one I haven't unlocked because I don't have the supplements. Reduce carrot veggies attack will by 30% and energy cost by 10%. This is really good if you like to use carrots. Carrots, if you recall, they have puncture damage, and also they're like the old premium time. You have this path, which increases eggplant veggie damage for 40%. If I have supplements, I would choose these two interchangeably. Probably this one because I don't really like peppers. Eggplants. But I guess it depends more on what your current mission has. Because in the normal mode and hard mode, you are forced to pick some plants. I don't know if it shows because I've already done it. Yeah, you can tell that there's some plants that are different at the bottom. So yeah. I haven't done Wild Experiment 1 and also Challenge Mode. I wanted to do it, you know, non-stream, so let's do it. The strategy is pretty much unchanged. Pepper, corn. I'm just gonna use my usual loadout. Lotus Babbage. Okay. So here's the usual loadout. Peppers, for peppers. The broccoli, I put them behind the pumpkin so that they can deal aerial and ground AoE damage. They can attack the pumpkin, the enemies block that I pumpkin, unless they're ranged enemies. Tomato for main damage. Lotus for intercepting projectiles and also to attack aerial enemies and ground enemies as well if you have the chance to buy the upgrade. Babbage to buff plants. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I probably might make some mistakes on how I put my plants because I haven't played this like a week, like 2 or 3 weeks. So we'll see. I also changed my farming team. I don't know what the wild experiment is. It's more like a. It's a wild experiment, and these are much stronger and more numerous with exclusive buffs. You can exit wild experiment anytime to setting a score. I don't know how much score we need, so we could, in theory, be here for a long time. So, we can choose a buff. Increased chance to obtain fire buffs, frozen buffs, health buffs, bonus for berries and invisibility buffs, damage buffs. Damage buffs seems good. Carrot and eggplant buffs, chance to obtain general buffs. Let's go general buffs because we have a quite varied, like, arsenal of plants. Okay, so as usual, you want to start planting. One good thing they added in the new update, in this new version of Garden Mayhem, is that you don't have to be on the top to plant on it, or to select it to plant. You can just aim at it, and you can start planting. They also added this area up top for you to plant like this. So we're gonna add tomatoes. I'm thinking about how I should put the babbage. We have our peppers mostly set up. Okay, it's grounded me, so we're fine. Singing. Babbage. Okay, we need a bit of time. Trials, let's see. I don't know how long we need to stay, so I'll stay until I get bored. Burning damage. Yeah, we don't need that. Use damage taken by sword enemies. We're gonna get this because we can do burn damage with tomatoes. I'm surprised it's the tomatoes that dealing burn damage and not some other type of pepper. You can also skip the planting phase if you're in, if you're like all set. We have enough upgrades for an upgrade, and enough coins for an upgrade, not enough upgrades for an upgrade, so let's see that. See, corn... Bit of broccoli, so let's get this. Yeah. I'm gonna refresh because these aren't needed. Recon Babbage, if you don't have Recon Babbage, that's useless. Scorch Pumpkin, we're not using Scorch Pumpkins. Heavy Target, so let's refresh it again. Frost Pumpkin, Eggplant. Pepper Veggie production. Okay, let's get that. That means we get more peppers. So then you can see how I usually build my plants. My plant setup. Let's see, veggie planting cooldown. Removing a veggie, you can get a refund. If you have enough veggie attack buffs, you can increase more damage, basically a crit, basically. If veggie is one type no more than 4, increase the type's max health. We're not getting that, so one of these... Let's get this, just in case we get attack buffs. Okay, so how I put down my lotus plants varies. There's like these spots you can put them in. It doesn't matter because you probably want them closer to the front. That way they're more effective, and also the sides are like least effective for broccoli. I should have chosen the refund one. Yeah, our pumpkins are doing very well. They're getting the health regen. They're getting enough health regen. Okay, so that's the interception, but I don't know how big the range is. Then bamboo, eggplant. Okay, let's see, lotus. Yeah, there's this one. I don't know how good this is because I don't know how long 1 meter is. The carrot. That's the eggplant. Yeah, we don't need those. Yeah, this is the one. Burning damage increases. That increases further. And then later on, there's one that instantly detonates fire. I think I'm gonna get more of the lotus seeds, the lotus roots. Because I want to know how their active defense system works. Okay, so there's 21 waves. Unless it's the 21 waves is just for like this part of the mission. There's that carrot, pumpkin. Okay, eggplant, broccoli, tomato, broccoli. Okay, let's get those. Yeah, we're pretty much set. We just have a few upgrades left, and then we're good. Redeploy, increase damage taken by sworn enemies. How was that? 100, resist damage taken by 50%. Yeah, let's just get that. We don't need much more damage. Just need to make it more tanky. Some people like to remove their what's the word? Pepper production after they've completed their setup. So if you use eggplants, you can't do that because that means you would run out of pepper to, you know, shoot. You're full upgraded on the buttons? I think we are. If we are, then we can just AFK at the buy. Fresh. Recon, master eggplant. Undertake, tomato attack, yeah, let's get that. And broccoli as well. Don't forget that we can also get the crit buff because their attack bonus will be high enough. We can buy something. Let's buy the tomato one because they're ranged. Okay, so if they pull projectiles, that's one tile away. Okay, I get it. So how would I put that then if they're only pulling one tile away? Because they're kind of occupying the same niche as the Babbage, or at least the same range as the Babbage. Okay, maybe I will put the Lotus here and then the Babbage here, but we can do that now since we're in the late game, but in the early game, this is our setup, and then in the late game, I would put another row of tomatoes at the back, Babbage on this slot, on this tile, and then put the air defense here, and also here. Upgrade the broccoli again. Fresh. Bamboo. Recon eggplant. Yeah, we can refresh again. Invisible phase. At least 10. No more than 4. All of these are pretty bad. At least 10. Just like one of these. Okay, so it ends at wave 21. At least wave 21 is when we can like choose to extract. Really, that attack. Eggplant, broccoli, so let's get the broccoli one. It barely did any damage to itself. It got that like 5% of its health was damage. We skip the planting phase because you know we're good enough. I think we can start you know, I wonder if they stack. Let's see if they stack. Maybe? Because it's not the range act expanded. It shows clearly 2 distinct tiles. Buff. Review, and then put the Lotus in a bit. Review, put in tomato. $60 for that one. Because there's nothing else we need. Pumpkin guard health. Singing damage. All 3 are good. I would probably buy this one at the end first. Well, I would buy it if I wasn't like almost done planting my late game setup. Elite melee AoE at the end. No, I didn't mean to press that! I pressed 1 back to the end. Okay, let's see how the pumpkin's holding up. It's holding up fine. It took some damage. Guy's dead. Lost the pumpkin. No biggie. So we don't need to restore health immediately. And the cooldown, energy cost. Yeah, let's get this one in case we make a mistake again. Planting phase. Inspired damage, so that's even more damage. We simply get crits now, because we have enough damage buffs. If we need to, you can press this button to see all the buffs you get, I believe. I think it's escape? Yeah, escape, you can see all the buffs you have. And you can do the math if you want. XD for pumpkin guard health. We are taking some damage. So we could wait for them to regen their health if we really wanted to. I guess we'll do that. Yeah, I guess we can also upgrade. Let's get more health regen. Yeah, this is good, but we need to plan a new plan. Maybe I would replant a. I wonder if that counts if I upgrade. If I, you know. Let's do it first, just in case. I can always replant something. The energy talent, you would always want to choose a plant that's either in the back that would always be alive, or you know, just whatever your next plant is. So what that tile does, it's a new mechanic. It makes a tile that would constantly generate peppers. It's always good to have extra peppers, so. There's another new mechanic, which is that the tile can have stone blocking it, and you can't plant on there. And we don't do much damage compared to these guys that come up with all these numbers. Skip. Okay, now they use attack. We don't have a plant. So let's get wait for the 6th. Oh, that's a big one. Spawning enemies? If it's spawning enemies, then wait for the. Oh, no, it's not spawning, so let's just do that. That removes half of its health. Okay, now it's spawning enemies. $60 now. How much damage are you doing to it? Not very much. Ooh, that wiped out our broccoli. And me. massive range! Okay, it's dead. There's 2 more?! Oh man. Ow. Okay, let's head up, let's head up. I can't stay here. If I die again, I'll die. It really is wiping out all my plants. Yeah, this is the end for us, guys. Well, I'm sure it would be easier if you mix in abilities, which I can't. Well, I can, but I haven't done that. Okay, it's good. We have a health gauge, so we're not like dead immediately. We took a bit of damage. It's not that bad considering you know how we had 2 big monsters go into our base. I think we have enough peppers to rebuild. Okay, restore health. More than 4. Wonder if this could buff the berets and also these guys. Close to rebuilding our lineup. I think my placements are fine because except for that one. Yeah, it's only the tiles like to the left or right of the beret. Might have to put the Lotus Beret like here or something. Yeah, it's only those 2 that died. Yeah, let's do that. It might be a problem because we don't have enough broccoli to defend the front, but now the broccoli will have increased health and attack. Let's see what buffs we can buy. Let's see, 65. Yeah, this one we can detonate the fire. Well, the frame rate is kind of dropping. I don't know if it's because I've been streaming for a bit or if it's the game itself kind of, you know, suffering from all damage numbers. Yeah, that seems to work against the missiles. Pumpkins are holding up. Yeah, so it really is just those massive guys that we can't deal with. We can deal with one, but not two. We're not generating enough pucker, so if there's another big wave, like earlier, then we might not be able to handle that. You're getting like 10 peppers from this tile, so that's not ideal. You can upgrade yet? You're 30 now. We need 60 for that one. I suppose we can also have like this. What is that gonna do? That's like 200 damage. When these guys are dealing like thousands. Stall so that we can buff this broccoli. Let's try the pumpkins. Pumpkins are good. Yeah, we need to buff this broccoli. Come on, do your thing. Yeah, 10 pepper is not enough. Okay, it's only the small guys. Okay, we're good. We're good. This guy's just out of range from the broccoli. Oh, wow. That's a lot of them. Our pumpkins are holding strong. We really need to upgrade where the Lotus Root Berets can hit ground enemies, because right now we have a lot of DPS just wasted from not being able to hit ground targets. But we need them because they are units that can launch missiles. I think we can win this. Killed one. Yeah, the more of them we kill, the more we can heal before, the more the pumpkins can heal. We can replant more easily now. Hopefully we don't have to do that. At least not much of it. They're pretty quick range. Like that's like half the map, probably around where they spawn. Now we have small enemies. Eggplant, frostbite corn, hurricane corn. Yeah, we can refresh again. I'll be right back. That we have a problem. This might be the end. Yeah, this is 100% to detonate the flames. This is the good one. Probably we have 20%. This is the high damage. We really need to get this, but I don't think we'll have the chance to with these guys. Let's stand back. Yeah, let's see if we can do some damage to it. I think which is ahead. Yeah, we are doomed. Well, it was a good run, guys. Maybe we can kill the small guys, and that would be great. Now we have a coin multiplier. I think it's a good idea to like take the plants back so that you don't lose as much peppers if you have the opportunity. So you got 20 waves. Yeah, there's a lot of damage. The rocket did their own fair share of damage as well. 20 of 21. I don't know if there's a requirement. At least 4 waves. Yeah, at least 3 or 4 waves. Okay, I might do that. Maybe like do the easier ones. Look at this name card. Pretty cute. Let's see. Did we get anything for doing that? We did. We can... Let's buff the carrots. Sure. Much else that we need. Because the rest are all basically just depends on mission. Increase energy cost. Any required plants? Nope. Okay. Let's do it. Ice blocks. Block our enemies and some veggie attacks. Ice block will be shattered to feed the veggie inside. Oh, can I just... No. I can. Let's start planting the peppers. Tomatoes down. I'm gonna have to remove you later, but we'll keep you for now. I don't know what the freeze mechanic like that's new for me. I don't know if it's gonna happen across the stage, like is it gonna freeze our plants over time, or what? But it's definitely new. So we'll see what happens. Energy boost, okay. Corn, okay, we want this one. 1,000 pepper rate. That refresh. Want all of these. So let's get this and this shirt. We get the 121 last. Yeah, planting cost has increased as a mission challenge. Snowballs. Okay, so they harm both us and the enemies, mostly enemies, given what it says. And also, there's only 3. Can they target the snowball? I wonder. I don't know. We'll see. But we can target the snowball. Like, it's not that big of a deal if they do freeze our plants. We can just shoot them, or the plants themselves will AoE it, or just hit it to, like, unfreeze it. Especially with broccoli, since they're on the front lines. If the snowball hits any one of these pumpkins, they can just, like, hit it on their own, so not a big problem. We can upgrade. We can upgrade. Upgrade. Get that. Refresh. Nope. We don't even have the peppers all upgraded yet. We're still doing pretty well. Yeah, we can start phasing them out soon. I haven't upgraded 2 of them. Let's start swapping them out. Any upgrades we need? Oh, sizzling corn, carrot. Okay. Crust, broccoli. That corn multiplier. We need, like, we might not get it in time. Easy.
私みんなの足を引っ張ったりしてないよね。
Yeah, most of the damage was dealt by tomatoes. They really didn't get close to us. Next stage. Cannot bring pepper veggies, but they're pre-planted on certain tiles. Okay. What should we bring instead then? We can bring corn or the you know, the Arctic bamboo for cold damage. Can we see the enemies? Yeah, we can. There's both big and small enemies. I don't know. Let's get the corn because it's cheaper. Cheaper, and they can also have better, faster application. There's both big and small enemies after all. Okay, so how do we want this? We can't remove you because you're important. I guess we can put broccoli in the middle. Can't really use Babbage. I guess we can use Babbage like here. But yeah, not ideal. Yeah, this is a pretty bad spot. I guess we work with what we got. So let's just start planting tomatoes. Broccoli here. Pumpkin here. Upgrade you guys. Oh, we can upgrade you guys. Okay. Great. Should have probably done that first, or tried that first. And it's in Chinese now. Okay. Yeah, we're not blocking that. Because it goes through the whole lane of plants. Let's slight damage to our plants. Yeah, this stage is a bit tough in the beginning because you can't have your setup ready. You might want the beret soon. Like now. The berets also have pretty fast fire rate. So deal with flying enemies pretty fast. And then just tomatoes, I guess. Okay, I keep forgetting to... We keep having to plant plants, so I keep forgetting to buy upgrades. Chance of sun enemies, that's good. And bamboo... Yeah, we don't have bamboo, so let's refresh. Okay. Beret range, 60. Maybe I won't say 60 for that. Yeah, also the pump, tomato AoE also like immediately breaks the frozen plants. That's neat. Broccoli, so that's 30. Yeah, broccoli's 30. Also don't take much damage to break the ice. Get this one. And also this one. I think planting cooldown will be better. Because right now we're having a long time to upgrade the tomatoes we plant. Because of the mission condition. Let's see. We can deal with snowballs now, possibly too fast. At least the snowballs are useful in the, dealing damage to the enemy. We can buy Lotus, Pumpkin cooldown, refresh. Frost Pumpkin, stun the frozen enemy. So we could get this because the snowballs can freeze them. It could be worth it. Okay, we're almost done planting. Wave 8, we're almost done. We're done. Okay, having the snowball roll in the background is pretty neat. What's next? Okay, so we're just back to having more cost to plant veggies. Okay. You get back. Apparently, it recommends the not corn, bamboo. Why is that? There are small enemies. I'm not sure. Probably because of the big guys? I'm not sure. Well, I don't think we need them though. Get some stone. And some energy tiles, so that's nice. Okay, we have teleport tiles, but I don't know where they teleport to. Oh, they teleport to here, right. Alright. Okay. Think about how to do this. We don't have time to really think. We don't have to. We could probably put pumpkins here, but we want either broccoli or peppers here. These peppers can also attack this tile. And then, okay, we need 4 peppers. Where's on this side? Oh crap! Let's restart. Because I spent a lot of time thinking about what to place. Okay, so let's put pepper here. Let's get something in here pretty quick. Okay, I get why we want the bamboo ground, because we want them to target these enemies instead of the snowballs at the beginning. Why are they not targeting the... Okay. Do we target them? Okay, let's get some broccoli here then. And thank you. Broccoli's not targeting them. Crap. That's not targeting him. He's right in front of you. I don't have any other attack plan because I never expected this to happen. I'm gonna put a broccoli in front of them, see if that works. Okay, broccoli does work. Okay. Okay, that was really weird. And you didn't work, so let's remove you. upgrade. Tomato damage. Oh. Tomato damage and pepper production, so that's neat. Frost, corn, eggplant, we don't need those. Pepper production, even more of that would be nice. This one is nice as well. We get it soon, like right now. That. Increase production. You. And then I guess we can put broccoli here. So I guess we do need broccoli here. Because pumpkins are doing enough. I guess I didn't upgrade them, so that could be a problem as well. I guess we can keep you for now. Him. Just some more. Okay. Fresh pumpkin. We need that one. That's the detonating one. Attacking those guys. These guys are getting in. Ow. Let's get the detonating damage. Takes so long to plan an upgrade. Wait, this is the first time I'm like not doing well. not including the experimental one, because the experimental one is not, you're not meant to get to wave 20. But you can get to wave 20 if you do the right stuff. You need to properly here because they sometimes walk over. Why are they not? Why are they not going on the bouncy pads instead they're going on here? Okay. This is the first time I fail. I guess we can do better, because now I know where the enemies go. Need more broccoli and maybe peppers. Because I didn't expect the enemies to go to the next lane. Let's stop panning the peppers and look. I'm freezing these guys. Well, I guess we should also plant more here so that they can generate peppers earlier. This putting pumpkin here lets them like hit that instead. Any upgrades. It's better singing damage. We're not using singing damage. We're just using corn. Pumpkin veggie health, that's gonna be useful. Bunch of coins, so let's see what we can upgrade. Pumpkin got more health, yeah. Let's get that so that they don't die as fast. Tomato damage, yeah, that's good as well. Hopefully we're good this time. Use that. Spicy energy boost. That lets us use our own ability faster. We'll upgrade you soon so that you can heal. Let's get some upgrades. Cover reduction, yeah, that's good. Tomato damage. Fresh again. Yeah, we can get this as well. Oh, yeah, he's in there again for some reason. Okay. But upgrade. Fresh. I saw Grumpy Tomato, so that's probably where we... I don't know if Grumpy's the big guy. He's a steady. Let me switch you to Tomato. Let's replace you. Replace you as well because you're low on health. I guess we can start retiring these peppers for my tomatoes so that we can get more damage. We want to move the beret lotus to here so that we can have a broccoli to hit whatever is like here in this tile. bamboo. A grumpy tomato chef. Let me eat that. Get this one. And this one. And we did it. Didn't even need to use the our skill. Spicy pepper blast. Right? Next one. Increases cost by 30%. All ground units. Well, there's this flying unit, but we just need like probably like one of the Lotus, and that should be good. Okay. Look around plants this time, or like free plants, rather. What enemies you get if there's too much. Okay, there's just that guy, and we can just have one tomato for now. We got for one of these guys first, and we can start upping the tomatoes. Tomatoes. Ain't that many of them. Coins. Let's use them. Eggplant, bamboo, coin. That. That gives more coins and energy, so that's neat. We can get hit, but we don't take damage. And yeah, we do need the bonus to block the missiles. only upgraded you. I shouldn't have done that. We don't need that many, do we? Because of this middle part. We don't. No, we do need them because they have a cross pattern, not a square pattern. Freaking coins again. Big plan, no, we don't need that. Steady. Coin. Steady. Okay. Yeah, we really set this time. Well, in terms of upgrades, not in terms of plants. We're not done with plants yet. Far from it. With 30 coins. Oh, we need to collect 4,800 peppers to win. And that's like total? No, not total, it's how much we hold. Okay, so we are kind of like taking longer to finish because I just kind of wasted some peppers. Frost, rockly attack, current attack, rockly attack. So you are not advised to use a cleanse here because they take a lot of feathers. I think once we put down the pumpkins here, I'll put down the upgrade the pumpkins. Rocket attack range. Fresh. Production. That's all we need. Yeah, we do need a planting phase because that way we can keep getting our mission progress without needing to deal with enemies. Fun. I say that as I actively try to slow myself down by putting down more, just getting more peppers. Just stand in the back here so that we can get peppers faster, marginally, and that's it.
私、みんなの足を引っ張ったりしてないよね。
Ah. We can just spend all the upgrades. In case the game decides to throw them at us for free. Or force them to use them. Force us to use them, rather. Yeah, we have just enough for everything. There we go. I don't know if there's an achievement for that, but there it is. Flying units, not many. What's more energy? There's no kind of cooldown before first enemy wave. Oh, so this is probably the limited yeah, can't bring pepper wedges. There's a limited amount of amount of peppers you're given, and then you have to use those given peppers to plant. So let's get general buffs. Okay. Okay, we can do this. Maybe get something ranged plants. Need the lotus anywhere? Yeah, probably need the lotus. I do not know where we need the lotus. Let's plant 2 more tomatoes at the back. Okay, there we go. Should be good. Okay, coin's pretty fast. Recon tomato attack. That's neat. You get a bit more peppers. A bit of a problem if they have missiles. Let's not get this because I don't know where to put the lotus right now. Sure. Get that. Air damage. We want this one instead. Got 500 again. Not much. Recon, stealth, we don't have those. This will be nice to get in the beginning, but that's fine. Coin multiplier, that's nice. Reduce cost, refresh. Arctic box, let's get that. Extras. See how far we can go. Slow. Restore. At least 10. Sure. I'm getting a call. I don't like taking calls. So send me an email for a. And I've got like 2 or 3 of you guys. Let's do that. should have spent them. The pumpkins I need to be replenished. Nope. So let's increase our firepower. I expect to get to roughly wave 16 or so. Up the attack. Oh my goodness. Oh, it immediately converts your points. I forgot. Okay, that's not a way. That's for if we need to replant. We have to do that pretty early. That would probably be beneficial. I should have done that in whatever. I guess we can do this if there's like an enemy coming and we know that it's gonna attack our plants. By that I mean like if it's like really strong. Like one of those massive guys. Steady tomato. That's neat. And we can refresh. It's passively generating peppers for us. It's 10, but it's not much, but you know, it's better than none. For like half a minute or so, we can upgrade this pumpkin. Okay, once we're done with this, I'll end the stream. So, yeah, I've been streaming for a bit anyway. There we go. Hopefully they're not fast enough to send missiles, because if they do send missiles, we are not prepared to intercept them. Okay. Okay, get not yet. An upgrade. I put these guys on some broccoli. We can only upgrade like one broccoli every time the game like gives us peppers. They're so expensive. Eggplant. We're going south. We don't have Lotus, so get that one. Nope, I jumped off. Great because the tomatoes, like, not only if they're AoE, if they hit the snowball, they can also hit, you know, the whoever is iced. If the snowball is right in front of them, because they're projectiles and not hit scan, if the snowball like rolls over them, they can like immediately unfreeze them. Like, at least most of the time, not always. It's like that's another reason why tomatoes are pretty okay. Space energy, refresh, city. We can upgrade another broccoli. Ow. Oh, buff on me, what is that? That guy's pretty lit. For some reason. It's probably because some douche went in and attacked him. Probably like unplant him. You know, he might have a chance to regenerate his health instead of needing to replant. Oh, never mind. For these, burn damage increase. Sure. That's gone. Like, straight up gone. See if we can get any buffs. Carried, plan, steady, right. 20. And we can upgrade with that mate one, which would be great in terms of damage. And we can refresh. Why did I go back up? Refresh and increase property damage. Properties are doing decent damage, I would say. Let's see if there's any broccoli that's dying, so that we can replace them. Oh yeah. Okay, that's bad. Yeah, we do need some Lotus. I don't have Lotus. Crap. Bit of a shame we couldn't bring the Lotus because the last mission. 3 damage, that's what we need. A fresh. Need him coin acquisition, that would be nice. I'm just taking a sword enemy, so that could work. Yeah, let's get this one regenerates health so that we can don't need to like replant that often. Yes, now we just need to buff the broccolis. That's all we need, really. Because damn it, I don't have Lotus roots. Personally, they're not attacking these guys, it's only these guys that they're attacking. Include him coin, yeah, let's get that, refresh. Broccoli 60. Yeah. So I don't need to shoot through our defenses. Did I say like I expected 15? Yeah, I think I said 15 or 20. It's 15's more likely given our current progress. We need a major replant here. God, we need one there so that we can get. Okay. Move you. Let's put you here. Yeah, probably can't hit these guys unless I give them a range upgrade. Which is that. They can attack those guys, I think. Nope, they're still not attacking those guys. Why do they not attack those guys? They're right there. They're in your attack range. You know, I don't know if we can make it past like a ride 15. I don't know if we can. Or maybe. Nope. That's not the last guy. I thought that was the last guy. Bam, he died. just scraping for peppers right now. We are at 15, but this is probably the end for us. Oh my god. Okay. Forgot those are supposed to be broccoli and not peppers, not tomatoes. And we're done. Let's see if we can get an upgrade that can save us. Quick play, crossplay. We need energy? We do. Defense health. Let's get that. Okay. Significant part of our lineup returned. Okay, we're at wave 16 somehow. By some miracle, but these guys are gonna destroy us. These are broccoli can't attack them. I think they can, or they just attacking small guys. Why did I plant a corn there? That's because I was thinking that this is a pumpkin. Yeah, that's like our whole lineup gone. They have so much health. Look at all these numbers, and they're still not dead. I think we should call it. Like we just started wave 16, and all of our plants are gone. And now it's too late. Let's just call it. Yeah, okay, we're at wave 17, even after losing our plants, but yeah, this is where we stop. There you go.
一緒にあっちの世界に
We're
行
at
こう。
0%. Okay. I was gonna say, like, why is it not ending? We're at 0%. Now we're
喧嘩し
ending.
なくていい方法はないの？
Alright. That's that. It's just this part. Okay, if you really need it, I guess you can do that. You can choose different research paths. Clear 4 waves and you can get that. Not hard. Right. So with that, next time on Snowbreak Containment Zone, we'll be doing the new something from Bygone. What is it called? Back from Bygone. Yeah, we'll be doing that next time on Snowbreak. So see you guys next time, whenever that is. And then until then, be good, be well, be happy, be nice. Yep. Be safe, and enjoy next 24 hours. I gotta deal with those calls. I just gotta hate when people just call you and they don't like leave a voice message, or they don't like leave any message at all, like on email or like WhatsApp or just Discord or whatever. Okay, I will deal with those.